the round s- thing being a symbol of the soul. I mean, I thought of how I had recently looked up the etymology of holy because I had
Hmm.
realized it sounds like whole. And indeed, they are etymologically related. So holy things have something to do with wholeness, which is just, it's so obvious in a way, but like didn't so much of our culture just lose that? Like I feel like, I mean, like you and I both went to like a religious high school. I went to church when I was a kid and like I never really knew that. It seems crazy. It seems crazy. It seems like we've been taught like a lot of laws and don'ts and stuff like that. And I'm not saying there's no place for that or anything like that, but like that is not central, I think, to
Yeah.
like, spiritual practice. And you think of atonement at one mint. Atonement is about it isn't about what like just go like going to heaven or going to hell, being afraid of going to hell, wanting pleasure, wanting happiness, and doing these things in life because I don't want to feel pain. I want to feel pleasure. I don't want to feel bad. I want to be considered a good person by other people. I don't want to be like those people who are bad people. But no, it's more about, yeah, becoming whole with yourself, with the community, with the world, with everybody. And then, yeah. So lots of thoughts going in different directions. But yeah, I like that. Yeah, I really like that symbol as like the symbol of the soul. And what you just said just makes perfect sense about that that thing that this is the reason he left the palace. He was lost in the woods. This is the reason he went to the cave, slept in the cave. He's been looking for this thing that he lost. This and he needs to before he finds it and transforms, he needs to recognize it and all that stuff. He needs to do the work. He needs to uh, go from being lost to wandering and wondering in the right way to where he's instinctively or whatever sensing the right next steps and everything. So
Yeah. Yeah. And there you have the bear, the instinctive sensing. Yeah.
yes,
Which, the
yes,
bear is the one that's like, pull the nail out of the wall. That's the problem. Pull the nail out of the wall.
right, right,
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah. 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 I love that. I love that holy and holy. Um, cause yeah, for me growing up, like when I first learned about religion and holiness and sacredness and all of that, it was always just this kind of ascending thing. Like the holiness was up there somewhere, and I was like turned to it. And
yeah,
and like I can see how that would be useful if but then what's left behind is then lost. The body, the earth,
mm,
the wholeness of holiness, and
mm.
it becomes kind of compartmentalized, or it becomes intellectual, or it
Yeah,
becomes
yeah, totally,
very very soul, or very removed.
yeah,
um and and if you're going to be holy and whole, then you need both. You need to be able to have the higher sacred, but then also the place that responds to it, the place that is enlivened by it, or the thing that praises it, if you want to get really you know Christian, or kind of back into that. You got to have both in yourself, otherwise you don't really. It's just an idea, you know.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I get from Vervaeke one reason one of the great things I've got from him is yeah that we're so abstract. We're so Christianity is most has for seems like it's mostly become about belief, which is not faith. Belief
Mm.
is the opinion about something being true or not. So
Mm.
like Jesus's resurrection, blah blah blah, whatever. It's all these ideas, like you were saying, intellectual, and yeah, and then those become fodder for argument, and then like atheist versus theist. And it's where is the wholeness? Where is the complete, us trying to be complete? And instead of like, I mean, isn't a lot of the portrayal of Jesus in the Gospels him kind of, he's not anti-intellectual at all. He, at a young age, he can go sit with the rabbis by himself and do all kinds of arguments and things based in knowledge. He's not anti-rational or anything, but is in the portrayal of the Pharisees are always kind of trying to use the law to like win arguments and to kind of like be jerks to people and to like, they're like the bad version of a lawyer, right? Like they're
Hmm.
trying to win, or a sophist in thinking of the ancient Greek context with Socrates. He was arguing against the sophists who they
Hmm.
used rationality to try to win. They didn't care about the truth. They weren't using rationality for self-transformation or to try to get to the truth. It didn't matter to them. Like what they were
Hmm.
looking for, they were cynical. So,
Yeah. Yeah.